Hi y'all, thanks for joining me again. Okay, if I learn how, I'm going to splice this part of the video together with the video of me taking Sally for a walk. I was telling how I found her and about the dog rescue slash training program that my friend Susie is involved with. And my camera stopped working and stopped recording, and not sure why. Sally got a whiff of a cat, and she's not 25 pounds anymore. She's 50 pounds, and she whisked or ripped around me and jerked me, and I'm not going to tell how many pounds I am, but this girl went flying for a foot or so and went wham on the ground. I almost cried. I sat there stunned. I still had a hold of her on the leash, and she came over to me. I petted her. I recovered. I pulled myself up and promptly put her in her yard. And I changed clothes because my shirt had mud on it, and thankfully I didn't break anything this time, but I decided that from now on I'm going to leave these long, wonderful walks up to my husband for Sally, unless I am fully attentive and prepared to, I don't know what. I suppose if I was prepared for the force with which she might pull, that I could have held tighter with my arm so that she didn't pull me. But anyway, so I fell. So now I'm in the house. And so while I am sharing, establishing my, sharing so that you can get to know me, and so that I can learn about YouTube. So now I'm in my living room, and there's more about Sally in here, so let me take you around. I learned that I cannot, when I'm recording, I can't go up there and push the little, switch the camera around, at least not on my phone. So I'm going to have to share like this. So rearrange my living room, and this is my chair. This big chair that I'm sitting in right now is my husband's. We bought it for him for Father's Day a couple of years ago. This is my chair. All of my furniture is, most all of it is hand-me-down or second-hand, and you know what? It's been pretty wonderful because I don't have to worry about anyone messing it up. I mean, nothing is real grand or great. And so we can live a relaxed life and not have to worry about things getting soiled or damaged. We're just carefree kind of family. And this chair I use now as my footstool, because I like to have a footstool these days and didn't want to buy one. And hey, I like it that I can use it for a footstool, and then I can move it to my kitchen to give my guests more seating. Okay, over here. This is what I wanted to show you. Is it showing? Yeah. Okay, see in the back corner over there? That is my, it's funny, can't zoom that way? I don't know. I'm sorry for my fingers. I wanted to zoom. So over there is my the kennel, and it has what I call an heirloom covering. Don't know how my granny would feel about that, but this is a hand crocheted bedspread that I prize. It's actually not finished, and nowadays people don't put that kind of covering on their bed. It's made out of this what would it be called? I used to know the twine. It's made out of twine, like thick, heavy twine. But anyway, it's precious because imagine how many millions of crocheted stitches are in there. And I've never been able to accomplish anything that intricate. But it makes a really pretty covering for Sally's kennel now. Okay, now right here what you have is the sofa. Y'all, animal lovers will understand, know what that's about. It's called an animal barricade. When you have a dog in your house and you care about that dog and you really don't want that dog on your furniture for some reason, like as in you don't want them to soil it or whatever, but you're like an old softy and you don't want to tell them no, and you don't want to spank them, and you don't want to growl at them, and so you put a barricade up hoping that they'll get the hint. And she has gotten the hint. She stays off with that barricade, but it's funny because if you don't do it just right, hey, don't put it past the dog to climb past the barricade and find a place to get comfy on your sofa. I just saw a meme about that the other day. Okay, before I fell, I was talking about the animal rescue program / training therapy dogs. If I manage to get this loaded onto YouTube, I will in the comments put some more specifics. But these people, my friend Susie and her friends, they are just amazing in their animal rescue efforts. And from what I understand, first, Susie just has, what do you call it? A pack. She has a pack of dogs in her care, and she loves all of them, and they are all loved, and they all love her, and she trains about half of them, getting them ready to be trained and on the job therapy dogs for people who need them, especially veterans who suffer from PTSD. And I just love her and her friends for what they're doing about that. Okay, now, so I brought that up because I had mentioned that I contacted her when we first got Sally, was hoping that she could take Sally. Well, have you guessed? What happened was we fell in love with Sally. I'm going to blame it on my husband first, because if he would have said no, if he did not fall in love with Sally, we would have passed her on for that program. But we fell in love with her, and kind of sort of more or less she's becoming my therapy dog. I'm almost empty nest. I have one independent teen still living under my roof, and I have 3 or 4 years left with her at home before she goes to university, and I'm grateful for that time. But we're at the place where she's so very independent that I do spend a lot of time alone, and that's it's definitely a hard transition to make after you spend literally decades of your life looking after the needs of small ones in your care. And for mothers, the focus is on meeting the needs of those children, and hopefully, probably often, also trying to be a good wife. And then things just change when your kids are grown up and they don't need you anymore. It's pretty tough, as any mother will tell you. I honestly think it's easier on fathers, though dads also go through their own transitions. Maybe more on that later. But so we're keeping Sally, and I do look forward to supporting Susie and her dog training ministry more as I hopefully come into more free time. I'm literally about 9 months on the job away from probable retirement as a teacher, and I'm grateful for the time that will open up in my schedule, so that it'll give me an opportunity to do more ministry. I want to love on people and impact for the love of Christ, and I want to support my friend Susie, the wonderful animal lover and dog trainer down the street, who trains dogs to be therapy dogs for veterans. So anyway, yes, and I'm trying to share on YouTube because I'm going to say because I respect the power and influence that it is. And, I started a blog about, a year and a half ago. And my thinking when I started it, it's called Grandma Mary Martha. My thinking when I started it was there's going to be stuff on the internet. I don't think the internet's going to go away. And I know there's going to be filth out there. And I want to put some good out there. Being a teacher, I have observed how the culture of our youth has evolved and changed. And it is very, very common, even in my American country school where we live. It is very common to see young people, like at recess times and break times, when in the past there would have been perhaps definitely more conversation or sports play or game playing. Now many times the young people are focused on their devices and either playing games or watching YouTube or, I don't know, Pandora's box, whatever the young people are involved in. But anyway, I just decided, I know there's going to be filth out there, and I just want to put good stuff out there. And on that note, I've also grown to appreciate YouTube because my family and I have been actually so disgusted and disappointed with what is produced on TV. I'm going to say disgusted, disappointed, or bored, that we actually made the decision to cut or do away with our satellite. Now we do Netflix, and you know what? That's a little disappointing too. I mean, I just find that there's a few series that I may watch anywhere, depending on what's going on in my life. I might watch 2 to 4 episodes of my series a week. And then other than that, I don't watch TV, but I will watch YouTube occasionally. And, I don't have to tell you, we all have our reasons for watching YouTube. So anyway, I'm just putting my good stuff out there. Thanks for dropping in, and I hope that you like and subscribe. God bless you. My desire is that the Lord's will would be done in my heart and in the whole world as in heaven, because that is where all of my hope is. Bye.